CADJPY analysis for the week of August 1st, and I'm just going to give you a spin on what I think is going to take place. And so, I started a monthly, um, and so right here, this is where we are right now. Don't mind my markups. This is how I mark it up. It's been the level we're at right now has been touched 4 times. It's been resisted 4 different times since '06. So it was resisted in '06, '08, 2014, and 2022. And so let's go down to the weekly. As you can see on the weekly, I believe it has pushed down just for it to come back up. I believe it's coming right back up, and I believe it will eventually push through. But we'll see. You never know. But with any analysis that I do, I think any good analysis, you'll be willing to entertain both possibilities. That means like the what's going to happen if it goes down and what happens if it goes up. And so, as you can see right here, how I'm going to kind of break down how I got to the point that I'm at. So the last big low for me was right here, but I'm going to start down here. The low before that. I'm drawing my fib from bottom to top, and just to give you some clarity on how I trade my fibs, I have the 23.6, the 38.2, the 50, the 61, the 65, the 70, the 78, the 88.6, and the 100. Now, I added the 70 and the 88.6 because the 88.6 is a market structure level. I learned that from Juicy Banks. I didn't even see that until I learned from him. And then the 70 is also a level that Juicy adds. And I've seen magic, I mean great magic happen on that level. And so I'm drawing from the bottom to the top. Price broke above right here. If you see this blue zone that I created, price broke up above the previous level to the left on the monthly. It hadn't been above that level since 14, and so I knew that when it came down, it was coming back up. That I believe that's just something I deeply believe that that's what happened. And then price broke above the level that it hadn't broke above. It hasn't broken above since '08. So I want that to be clear. Price is broke above this level. You know what I mean? And it's made this evening star, morning star. I get them mixed up. Please forgive me. And I want to be clear. I don't respect these at all. This right here, this signal right here, I don't respect them at all. Because when I say I don't respect them, I just mean that they're not like, price always usually turns back around at some point. That's just something I've seen. Smaller time frames, higher time frames, they're not like everlasting, like a tweezer top and a tweezer bottom. But whatever. And so price came down to the 50 to 61. It touched the 61. Depending on how you trade your fibs, you might not take that. You might say it stopped at the 50 or it stopped at the 61. I don't know. People, whatever. But it stopped in the golden zone, pushed up. Okay. So then let's go to the new low or the new higher low. I get those mixed up as well. Forgive me. It comes down to 50, pushes off. Okay. So then the new high is right here. And I could move it up, but I'm just going to keep this right there. Okay. And so it comes down to the 50, taps the 61.8, settles on the 50, pushes up. But it's making a new candle wise. It's making a higher low. Like it's making new highs, so to speak. Yeah. And so price comes up here, and where does it settle on? And I didn't think it would fall the way it did. When I seen this candle right here on the daily, I thought it would push up and keep going, but it did not. It fell right out of the sky. There was a lot of momentum, and there's a divergence. That's a whole other conversation. And so it came down, and so I'm going to go to the 4-hour. And when it came down, where did it stop at? It stopped right at that level. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And levels like this, I usually seen that they get touched like 4 different times before they go in a different direction, like permanently. So I think price is going to, for this week, I think price is going to come back down to this trend line, bounce up, break this mini trend line right here, go up to this trend line, this big one right here, and come right back down to this level. That, I'm not going to budge off of that. That is what I think is going to happen. But I'm also willing to entertain the possibility of it going down. If it comes down, I'm going to get in after it closes below this wick. Once I see a candle close below that wick, I'm taking it to this level, which means I might end up catching just the end of it, but that's fine. Let me go to the 1 hour. Okay, so I think price, you see this soft trend line right here? It's a soft trend line. I don't really fully respect it that much. Like, I don't think it's gonna hold back the momentum that's coming. Is basically what I mean. Price has been falling a lot, so just the way it usually falls, how it fell steeply, I think it's gonna go up steeply. So I'm gonna get my entries. I'm gonna get a few entries on my way up here. Then I think it's gonna come right up here and come right back down. And that concludes my analysis for this week. Good luck out there. I wish you well, and God bless.